All right, so on the warm-up, you guys were given points, and you had to find the corresponding letter. So 5 corresponds with which axis, the X or the Y? The X or the Y?
X.
It corresponds with the X.
Yep.
This first number indicates whether you move to the right or to the left. The second number corresponds with which axis?
Y.
The Y, up or down. So for this first number, 5 and 4, you go over 5 and then up 4, it gave you the letter H. So today what we're looking at is you're given an equation, and we're going to do a similar process. We're going to choose values for X, and we're going to get out values for Y. We're going to plot those points. And what these are, we refer to these as linear equations. Linear means we're going to draw what?
Line.
Lines. Yes. So every time you plot these points, you should be keeping in the back of your mind that these points should be giving you a line. If they don't give you a line, what should you do? Don't quit. Just try it again. Because there's a couple of things that you might be doing incorrectly. You might be doing multiplication wrong. You might be plotting your point wrong. All right, our first equation, y equals 2x. So we use what's called a t-table because it's in the shape of a
T. X, Y, Z.
All right, so on the left, at the top, we put an X. On the right, at the top, we put a Y. We choose random values of X.
7.
It doesn't matter what you choose. My suggestion is to stay small.
2.
So I choose 3 points, and I usually choose a negative number, 0, and a positive number. So I
Negative
usually
1.
choose negative 1, 0, and 1. You don't have to use those 3 points, but it makes it easy for the multiplication. We have the 2 next to the X. That implies what operation? Multiplication. So we're going to take this value for X and substitute it into the equation, and we're going to multiply. 2 times negative 1, which gives us
Negative 12.
negative 12. So we have a point that we can plot, negative 1 and negative 2. This is our X value, this is our Y value. So that means we go to the left first, and then down to and make a point. All right, now we have 2 times 0, which gives us 0. So our coordinate is 0, 0. Make a dot. Now we substitute 1 into our equation, so we have 2 times 1, which equals 2. Yep.
2.
So we go over 1 and up to,
You have to connect all of them.
use your straight edge,
What is that?
a compass. Do you have a straight line?
Yes.
Good.
Good.
All right, number 2, X and Y go at the top. Now, when you have a fraction, my suggestion is to use multiples of what's in the denominator so you get out whole numbers.
3, 6, 9.
3, 6, and 9 would work. I like to use a negative number, so I'll use negative 3, 0, And positive 3, yes.
We do it to program.
All right, I'm going to take my x value and substitute it into the equation in place of x. So I have 1/3 times -3. What does it equal? Not 1. -1.
Yes. That one's obvious.
So what's my coordinate? -3 and -1. So I go to the left 3 and down 1, make my point. One-third times 0 gives us 0. So my coordinate is 0, 0. And my last one is 1/3 times 3, which equals 1. So over 3, up 1, make your dot, use your straight edge. Do you have a line?
Yes.
We did these last year.
Is this how we're doing today?
This is what you are doing today. All right, number 3. I'm going to choose -1, 0, and 1 again. Substitute your -1 in for x. So you have -4 times -1. What does that give you?
4.
And then add the 2.
That would be 6.
That would be 6.
Equals 6.
Dude, where'd you get -2?
Yeah.
Yeah, the calculations are wrong.
So where's your coordinate?
-1 over to the left. It's already 0, so do we have to write out the equation?
1 and 6.
So we're
Yeah.
supposed to write out the equation?
We have to write out the thing for the next one, even though we already know it's going to be 0.
It's not going to be 0.
You have to get it wrong, you have to add the 2.
-4 times 0 gives you
0
plus 2
2.
equals 2. So your coordinate is
0, 2.
0, 2. So we go over 0, up 2.
I'm just guessing, but this
That's your guess?
-3.
-4 times 1 gives you -4 plus 2 gives you -2.
Oh, cold.
So we're multiplying. So over 1, down 2.
It's not on a line, it doesn't work. Oh, I did it wrong, just kidding.
Okay. All right, number 4, x and y at the top.
equals 4.
-1, 0, and 1. What do you notice that's different about this equation?
It just gives you y.
It just gives you y. So there's no x to multiply your number by.
They're all 4.
They are all 4. Very nice. So that means that y is always 4.
How do you draw that?
So you go up or over to -1, up to 4, make a dot. Over to 0, up to 4, make a dot.
Just gonna make a straight line.
Not every straight lines.
I just choose random numbers.
Come on, Bryce. Don't make up.
You can't do -1, 0, and 1 because it gives me 3 small numbers. I don't have large numbers.
You're all
that I'm
broken.
multiplying.
Shut up.
Hey,
Hey, buddy.
right down.
Blake, we need some of your comebacks.
Can you talk about that real?
Wait, someone talk?
Get out my level.
Don't even touch me.
Oh, there's a back. There's a back.
Oh, no,
Yo, Minecraft.
He called you Minecraft.
Alright, I have a fraction. Boys, I have a fraction. So I'm going to use multiples of
7.
2.
2. So -2, 0, and +2. So I have 3/2 times -2. What does that give me?
It's
-3.
what?
-3.
Trace.
So I'm to the left 2 and down 1, 2, 3. Make your dot. 3/2 times 0. 0.
It's actually a Spanish word for zero.
What is?
Arrow.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that one. 3/2 times 2 equals 3. So I'm over 2, up 3.
Gotta get my straight edge.
Now, one of the things that you should notice is that on my lines, I have arrows at the end.
I did that though.
Because
the lines
the
don't
line-
end.
Right.
That's the pattern.
The line goes on infinitely.
You want to get attention.
Number
If there's a line
6.
going around the world. It's not
Yeah.
gonna end.
What numbers do we want to choose?
-4, 0, and 1.
Yes.
It overlaps.
So I have -3/4 times -4. What does that give me?
4. We'll
3.
And then you
Three.
have
Add 1, 4. So -4.
This is going to be more.
I have over -4, up 4. All right, -3/4 times 0 gives us
0.
plus 1 gives us 1. So I have 0 and 1. And -3/4 times 4 equals
-3.
3 plus 1 is
plus 1 equals what?
-2.
-2.
I'm talking, boy.
So over 4, down 2.
Take your straight edge.
And connect.
All right. Look at the lines that you've drawn. Some of them head up, some of them head down.
Positive and negative.
Positive and negative. What's positive and negative?
Going up.
The
Going
left
up is
is-
positive.
Wow, that's
no.
Going to the right is positive.
No.
that one
Positive.
is
Positive. This one's
Negative.
That one.
But what's making it go up or go down?
The number.
Ours.
Which number?
The number.
Or just starting.
The 0.
The
The
slope.
equation.
Which one's the slope?
Uh,
7.
Which one's the slope?
I don't know.
X.
Come on, people. Just
X
kinda
times
wow.
Y. Y is the
Not
slope.
no, the x and the y are not the slope. There's a number next to the x.
What's the
Negative
thing that
2.
Terry did last year?
5. 3. 6. 2.
Stop, Zach.
Rise over run.
It is. The number next to it indicates whether or not you're going positively or negatively. And it's the number next to the x. That is your slope. This one's positive, so we should know that when we draw our line, it's going to head up. This one is negative, so you should know that it's heading down. Any questions? All right, good job.